Hello everybody and welcome back to Battle Brothers. It's season 16, finally. I'm still going for 9. It's been a couple, how long has it been? It's been 2 months I've made my move back to South Africa from the UK. I've been away for a little while. I've missed you guys. And unfortunately, I can't actually stream yet. I haven't got a decent enough internet connection set up yet. However, my PC did arrive from the UK a little while ago, and I can finally start... Ooh, that's a cool banner. Davkul's chosen. Recording some offline content. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So, this season I want to give Davkul's Chosen another try. Late game crisis random. Permanent destruction. No. Map seed is random. Economic difficulty we do veteran because expert is just a bummer. Combat expert. Iron Man mode, medium starting funds. Okay, so before we get into it, in our previous season with the war pigs, it was long, it was glorious, and we got a heck of a lot achieved. Now I'm still playing some war pigs in the background offline, and I will be uploading separately events like when I take on the Black Monolith and the Goblin City and whatnot. But we agreed that we didn't want to just grind through all that endlessly, which is why we've started a new season. So, what are our tactics going to be this season, and what are we going to hope to achieve? So, you'll probably realize from the fact that I've named this troop Davkul's Chosen, that I want to try and get a set of Davkul armor. So that's the first thing I want to do. And as far as tactics are concerned, we'll do things a little bit differently from the last season. Not entirely, but a little bit. Now, last season we went for the standard 7 up front, 5 at the back setup. All 7 of our lads up front were raiders with 2-handed weapons. And then we had 3 archers and then a bannerman and a sergeant on the flanks in the back line. Now, we're going to do something similar this season. While I've been away, I've done a little bit of experimenting with one-handed weapon users with no shields, duelists, I believe they're called. And they were fine. I mean, it's great, especially if you make them a sword expert, with the way that they can pierce through a lot of armor. However, you just can't beat the AoE damage of the 2-handed weapons. What I do want to do this season, though, is assuming, of course, we can get any iron-lunged fighters in, I want guys who can use 2-handed orc flails. But of course, they can have to have iron lungs to make that any way reasonable. So, yes, we have unfinished business with Hoggart. Yep, we'll do that. So, let's take a look at the screen here. At our first few brothers. We've got Albrecht, who is got a death wish. Good. He's going to be... I typically make one of these guys a sergeant. But I mean, with 40 starting resolve is kind of okay. They tend to be not a great bannerman or a great sergeant, so I'll just put him on the front line. He'll probably be a raider of some sort. And of course, you always get the guy who has the 2 stars in melee skill and 1 melee defense. Resolve, irritatingly. I wish that resolve was... that star was in fatigue, but anyway. Yeah, he's dumb, that sucks. But he is fearless, that's awesome. And then we've got Walter, who is superstitious, that sucks, and gluttonous also. Anyway, Walter will be our first archer. So on our previous playthrough, we had 4 archers at the back. We had archer, archer, sergeant, archer, archer, and then 7 raiders. This season I want to do still 4 ranged fighters. But I mean, 2 of them are going to be archers and 2 are going to be crossbowmen. I was just thinking that when I was fighting against some of the heavily armored targets, especially with the green skins, I was wishing that I had a bit more armor piercing power. And I think we can probably all agree that overall, in terms of the overall numbers, archers with warbows are the way to go. However, in this playthrough, it's going to be all about doing things a little bit differently. So, yeah. 2 crossbowmen, 2 archers, and then 1 sergeant. Of the 7 up front, I want to have 5 raiders. We'll do probably... Well, if we can, we'll do 2-handed orc flail, 2-handed orc flail, assuming, of course, we can get guys who are iron lunged. If not, they'll be axe or warhammer users. But the main thing is I want 2 dagger specialists up front. I still reckon that the 2-handed weapons are the way to go. But dagger specialists are just hilarious, especially in the early game. Ooh, a caravan hand right off the start. 500 gold is honestly more than I want to spend on a brother this early on, though. Peddlers are terrible and fishermen are okay. I might take that caravan hand. 263, we can make a profit off of that, and we definitely want some nets. 303 is far too much for tools. We'll always need pitchforks in the beginning, and thick tunics. Hoods are always good. Yeah, let's head into that main city and see what we can get our hands on. So, we're going to have 2 crossbowmen, 2 archers, and then I also want pikemen. In some of my offline campaign experiments, I've been using pikemen more. And not even with heavy armor, just with mail hauberk and a decent helmet, and then giving them decent resolve and whatnot. Pikemen are bloody excellent. If not pikemen, we'll do shield breakers. The shield breakers are the guys that use the two-handed axes. Ooh. Vigilant is great. I do need a historian, but I want to buy him right now. What I want is farmers. But look, I mean, a militiaman for sub 500 gold, and he comes with a quilted tunic. We'll take that. I think it would be stupid to turn down the historian. I mean, we can just have him fight as a pitchfork user, unless, you know, we get lucky and he has great stats, which is of course super unlikely, but we'll take a look-see. Flagellants are awesome as sergeants or bannermen, but bear in mind we are going to be looking to get what were they again? The cultists, the Davkul guys. Okay, we can't make profit off of that. We're going to have to go even further afield, see what we can get our hands on. Okay, Torbjorn. He's a survivor. He's got lots of fatigue, not much initiative, and he's got melee defense. This is what I love about the militiaman. I mean, 60 melee skill at level 1, even though he's got no stars, that'll still get him up to like the low 80s, which is okay. I like that he's got a star in fatigue. If that star was in range defense, I would have made him a pikeman, and then put stars into initiative and given him dodge. Other than that, I think we're just going to have to sort of... Actually, I mean, I could still do that, you know. I could still make him a shield breaker. He'll be decently accurate. He'll have loads of fatigue. We can make him dodgy and nimble. He can take rotation to rotate someone out. I don't know. It's an option. We'll think about it. But for now, let's just mark him as a shield breaker. Now, in terms of the names, yes, I do absolutely want you guys to submit your names. And then I'll get you guys involved. Now, I'm recording 2 of these episodes ahead of time, so go ahead and leave a comment with your name. And I'll get you added as of episode 3. Raider. Volta is an archer. Torbjorn's shield breaker. Spears to start, always. I need at least another spear. I need another knife. Two knives, 3 knives. I mean, our money's getting a bit low, but we are sitting on, hopefully we can get about 300 gold for each of those. Need a little helmet there. I don't think I want to use that woodcutter's axe. I'm not that impressed with them. Let's head off to a main city and see what we can find. The main thing is I want to make a bit of profit off of this amber that we're sitting on. Well, nets wouldn't be the worst either. Because I feel like I know I'm going to have at least one more pikeman at the back. We're just going to get 6 brothers and then we'll head out. Of course, we need a drink. Cheers. Help. That's one of the main cities. Rothstadt looks like one of the big cities. We haven't taken a look at this map yet. I'm liking this big area here in the south. No mountains between them, no swamps. What is that? That's just a bit of, tiny bit of swamps there. That's nice. I like this southern area. Towards the mid here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cities, and then like a big northern area. I like this. I think we're going to do a lot of work here in the southern area. What do we have there? We've got just a harbour, a tavern. We'll have to see what's here, but hopefully these cities here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, will have a couple of armories, a couple of weaponsmiths. What we need is hunters' cabins so that we can get hunters. Yeah, it's night time. Let's chill till the morning. Right, so 312, that's good profit. I could have actually have bought the other amber at that city. Made a profit off of that. 230, 170 is pretty damn good for padded leather. If we can afford that, we will buy that absolutely. So what do we have? Servants, retired soldiers. There was a flagellant and there was another person that I wanted at that starting city, so I think we'll go hire those. I mean, I did experiment with apprentices quite a lot in my offline campaigns, and while it was great, the fact that they level up very quickly is wonderful. However, I didn't feel like overall it was worth it, because later on, once they up around level 11 and above, they have very, 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 and I do mean very poor fatigue numbers, which I don't like. Okay, so we got 719. We need to get a couple more brothers in here. You lads are the two most important brothers so far. So we've got gear for a frontline brother. And we've got gear for a backline brother. And there's even a spare padded surcoat for Volta. Excellent. I want to pop into Rothberg and see what recruits they have. I'd like... Oh yes, there was the Historian and the Flagellant. Kind of feel like we should buy the Historian now, in case we don't find another one, but... I mean, honestly, I don't want my Historian to go above level 1. I'm just going to keep him in my group until he procs that event, and I'll get rid of him. Monks are super important. A cheap deserter, and he even comes with a gambeson. Now, I'm just opening up the wiki here for backgrounds. Deserter. The +5 melee skill, +5 range skill is great, but -15 resolve is just awful. Sometimes I've actually gotten lucky and I've gotten a deserter with brave, and then that offsets their terrible, terrible resolve. Who did we actually hire? We hired the militiaman. So if we can perhaps afford to get... I think there was a caravan hand, which I certainly want. He gets extra fatigue, and if we can keep him alive long enough, he'll expand our storage capacity, which is just amazing to have. I'm torn as to whether or not I want to get that historian. Okay, no, we'll get caravan hand. I'm pretty sure we can make it there and back on our last day's money. Afternoon. I think we just paid the lads. Yeah, evening, so we should be fine. Let's be back before nightfall. Okay, faint-hearted kind of sucks, but 36 resolve isn't the worst. Got a star and melee skill, which I really like. Hit points, so that'll make him beefy. And then initiative, which is not great. I feel like I might actually make him the other shield breaker, and then I can make both my shield breakers, you know, high initiative, light armor, dodgy guys. I think that'll kind of work because they don't have to have the highest melee skill as shield breakers, but I want their initiative to be higher so they can tend to go first ahead of my other guys. That'll be so useful because when they're swinging shields, as you can imagine, swinging axes, their job is, of course, above and beyond anything else, break shields. And therefore I want them to act first so they can break the shield before my other guys can act. So, Raban, this is super interesting. I think we might have a sergeant here. So, starting resolve of 42. 2 stars in resolve will mean... I'm just checking the wiki here. Talents, the resolve... Plus 2 stars will give him 4 resolve per level. He'll have plus 44 resolve at level 11. That gives him 86, plus a quarter of that is over 100. Yeah, I think he'll be a pretty damn good bannerman, if not a sergeant. But he can be super interesting because look at these skills. I mean, 54. We don't even have to increase his melee skill, but occasionally I can just increase his range skill a bit. And I can give him bags and belts and quick hands, and he can shoot a crossbow. Then quick hands to his banner. Welcome, Raban, the bannerman. But just for now, he's going to have to start up front. We'll put our 2 toughest beefy guys on the corner. 15 defense, 22 defense, 17 defense. Okay, so here's our starting boys. Holstein is going to be a shield breaker. It's worth pointing out that eventually I want to have 2 shield breakers, 2 pikemen, 2 archers, and 2 crossbowmen, and 1 reserve bannerman. Those will be our reserves. Maybe we'll have 1 or 2 reserve raiders up front to switch out, but for certain lineups, I'm not going to want to have any ranged troops. Like if we're fighting against the vampires, because obviously they can just close in on our lads. And then depending on what we are fighting, we can switch out our troops and have either 4 ranged guys or only 2, so on and so forth. Hoping that'll be good. Do like the 60 starting melee skill. Okay, let's do it this way then. In that case, you can just throw a net. You can go in there. Stab. Right. Also, conveniently, it's just getting dark. So we can take this first fight at night, which obviously helps. Being that our archer has the Fangshire helm, and their one little poacher will be having to deal with the nighttime range debuff. So far, I'm pretty happy with our 6 starting recruits. I think we've done really rather well with them. Okay, let's bear in mind that these thugs are going to act first in the next turn. I'm not going to do a shield wall, but I will step in and put shield up to allow my 2 pikemen to get stabs off. Right, kill. Dude, good shot in the neck. Oh, that was so close. Now, I expect if I put Halstein here, Hoggart will move in here and get attacks off on him. Which I really don't want him to do. So instead, I'm going to, in preparation for him to move here, I'm just going to prepare this net. Okay, interesting. That means I can keep him netted up while we deal with all these dudes. Oh, you bastard! God, those axes hurt. Headshot, ouch. Hopefully... Oh, he bled to death, lol. Ooh, bled, bled. And hopefully we can kill these nerds, which will make his morale shatter. Then we can surround him, stab him, get that little bit of 90 armor. He's 63, 56. Good hit. Careful. Yeah, buddy. Good stabbing. Yes, look at that morale break. Hold on. Come on, hit to the face, kill. Kill Bjorn. That's very encouraging, my man. In fact, even step in there. I was hoping that might shatter his morale, but nope. Wouldn't stick. Get stabbed, nerd. Right, prepare your daggers. It's stabbing time. Just moving Halstein around in case Hoggart makes a break for it. I have to catch him. In fact, yeah, I'm going to have to surround him. Whoopsie. A fatigue there. Hopefully that won't come back to bite me, but if I get one stab off here, that should make his morale shatter completely. Ooh! Ow! Excellent. And pierce leg muscles, perfect. That lowers his melee defense, and thus he'll be easier to stab. Oh, come on, boys! Don't even waste the net. He's not going anywhere. Yep, as much as I want melee dagger specialists, I don't see any of these lads doing it. Oh, finally, one got through. Come on, boys, one more. Maybe two more will do it. Quality. Botched Gamberson. Patched mail shirts. Elchin. Alt, excellent. Get paid. That's a good haul, lads. Good haul. So with 57 for... Yeah, just stay with your spears, honestly, lads. Ooh, do I go straight for the short bow? I don't think so. His range skill is still pretty awful. You need his hit points to be up to at 60 at least. Up to you. Right. Merovic. Pay us. Oh yeah, by the way, lads, I should point out one other thing. For the time being, I'm staying at the family home here in South Africa, which means I have my dogs with me. And they're actually on the bed with me right now, as I'm recording this. So, if you hear the sounds of dogs barking, sprinting off away, attacking things, armed, my little hounds. How much is that? 296, that's still too much. 370, we can do better than that. I do like 25 gold per bandage though, that's fairly cheap. Don't need that or that. I'm going to sell the hatchets. I'm going to hang on to these. These can go for backline pikemen, and these can go for the frontline guys. I'm going to hang on to all that stuff. Right, let's see. Peddler. Here's an interesting little decision we need to make. So we're going to be getting the historian who will give us access to the decoded map. And then your options for getting the map, because like normally the guy will try to sell it to you for 3,000 gold, which is a hell of a lot. So you can either get a peddler who will give you an event to bargain it down for I think like 300 gold, or you can have a thief who can steal the map for you. And I think I want to go down the thief route, being that the thieves tend to have nice defensive stats. I mean, look, the thieves can have a patrol show up and try to arrest them, which kind of sucks. But I like the thieves. They're better fighters. And I mean, considering the fact that if we're happy to risk that event of a patrol showing up and trying to take him into custody, then I think we should also then be happy to take on a killer on the run, which I've never really used very much of. Okay, so Engelbert is a drunken and loyal historian. He's got initiative, he's got resolve, got awful melee skill, as you would expect. Honestly, I might just leave him as a non-fighting reserve. I mean, even this early on. having him fight is a kind of a liability because he's hardly ever going to hit, even if you do give him a pitchfork with +10 to hit. And I don't want to level him up because he just becomes more expensive and he becomes more of a drain. I mean, looking at his stars, I don't really see what else I can do with him. I don't think he won't have enough resolve. Or at least he won't have enough resolve that I'd be happy for him to actually be a bannerman. See, we're going to have 2 + 3 will be archers plus pikemen. Yeah, I mean, he's going to be a non-fighter. Look at that. God, that's awful. But hey, that isn't why you hire a historian. Let's see, 70 per day. We've got 333 left over. Men's 185 for a fisherman's not bad. I mean, they do get +10 fatigue, which makes them decently beefy. But what am I really paying for here? 185, 8 per day. Nah. What is this? Give us a delivery, please. Perfect. You. Grundforst. There's Grundforst. That's not too bad. Right. Now, in the early game, I'm going to be a lot more brave and optimistic when it comes to taking escort missions. Doesn't mean or we need friendship? Yes. Because I have found in my offline experimentation that it is worth the risk. I mean, sometimes you'll get given an escort mission that takes you across the map and pays a lot, and you don't even end up fighting at all. I've had that happen once before, where on, I think it was day 3, and I took a delivery, a 3-star escort mission. Sorry, not delivery, escort. It paid like, I think it was 1600 gold, and I went across the map, ended up not fighting at all, and I ended up with, what, plus 1600 gold on day 2. So, what do you need help with? Get your cart back on the road. Ooh. So, this is unfortunate, because if we had a wild man, or if we had a monk, we can get ourselves a free wild man, and a free bird, and a free dog. So if we send in one of our men, I know the negative outcome of this is that one of your men gets hurt. I don't know if it's just an injury, or if it's killed, or if it's a permanent injury. Let's say alright, I mean... Lol. Albrecht suffers a missing eye. Oh god. Man, we didn't get anything. So it seems to be that is a 100% chance of that going wrong. So you need a particular background to get that. I mean, luckily it's a raider, and he's never going to need his extra vision from his second eye to use a ranged weapon. So disappointing, but not the end of the world. Nice. Grundforst has hunters' cabins, so we'll be able to hire hunters once we're able to do so. To afford to do so, I mean. Oof, man, I really want this wild man. I love wild men. As far as I'm concerned, wild men are absolutely crucial to your early game. So that is a hunt down what terrorizes. Doubt. Hunt down 360, I accept. Oh, that's my little Jack Russell Gizmo growling away like a little beast. Okay, she's behaving herself. Out of interest, yeah, so it's just a poacher, which I'm not going to bother with. Only a +5 range skill. It's very rare that they're actually worth hiring. Okay. Please don't be dire wolves. It is 3 dire wolves. We're going to need to pull these back onto the main road and get someone to help us with them. I mean, they are so freaking dangerous. I mean, bear in mind, almost all of our brothers are level 1. These dire wolves are accurate, and each one of them attacks 3 times. So that's potentially 9 attacks per turn. Okay, so we've got just some caravan hands here. I wanted to pause there, but my bleeding wireless... Oh, God, that's bad. Okay, you can move back at least, thank goodness. My wireless keyboard wasn't working. At a crucial time. Okay, we can't actually get up there. So here's my dirty little trick for fighting around caravans. Is you pull all the way back. And just let the caravan hands do the fighting. Awesome, there's actually 2 caravan guards. 3 caravan guards. Excellent. Now this is very dastardly, and some might say cowardly, but hey. Davkul's chosen. We're here to serve Davkul. We are not here to get ourselves killed. And if these caravan guards were to get badly injured, and I were to shoot a crossbow bolt that accidentally were to hit the caravan guard and make him drop that beautiful arming sword, that would just be a tragedy, wouldn't it? I mean, you hate to see that. Well done, lads. Shot, Walter. Keyboard's not responding at all now. Not good. Get him, Magnus. Good stabbing. Oh, brutal. Brutal. Yes, good stabbing. Whoopsie, wrong button. Whoops. Sorry. You wouldn't mind dying and dropping that dagger, would you? It'd be just great if you could do that. On them down. Go on, Hellstein. Good stabby stab. So we only get the 1 wolf pelt. But who cares? Mission accomplished. Thank you, trading caravan. I have no shame in doing this in the early game. Our lads are so weak. We are so vulnerable. Now, we are still sitting on that salt, so I need to go to one of the major cities and get that salt sold. The silly sell swords need to sell the salt on Saturday. Ooh, more hunt down what terrorizes. Yes, a farmhand. Hired on the spot. Plus 10 hit points, plus 10 fatigue. 260, that is terrible. Let's take a look at him. Valdemar, he's confident, or determined, excuse me, which is absolutely fantastic. So he's beefy, which is nice. He has melee defense, which is great. 3 stars in resolve. I don't think that's worth making him a sergeant. I mean, let's see. So resolve with 3 stars. He will roll either 4 or 5 every level. So let's call it 4.5 times 11. Which would be, let's call it 50. He will have, let's say, 80 resolve. But the thing is, he doesn't have fatigue. I think we just make him a frontline raider. He'll have decent defense. We won't have to give him Colossus, because I can get him up to 75 without taking Colossus. So that means I can take 1 other skill to offset his terrible melee skill. But bear in mind, it's plus 10%, so he's always going to be confident, which is pretty damn nice. I mean, no stars with melee skill is 1 to 3, so let's call it 1.5, so 20, maybe 20 melee skill would be, let's say, 75, but plus 10%, so he'll have like 80 accuracy. He can be a sword raider. I mean, the main thing is that he's really hard to hit, and that which is from his defense, and that he's beefy. His fatigue isn't too bad. Not great, but not awful either. Okay, so a little bit. But he's so terrible. Do I need any of this stuff here? Probably. 260. Oh, I'm not going to sell that. What you got for us? Hunt down with terrorizers? No problem. That's a much larger footprint, so I'm assuming it's going to be Noctirs. Ooh, die wolves! Oh, bloody keyboard isn't working. Okay, let's run them towards down the south here. Hopefully we can find someone who can help us. I mean, we absolutely can. Here we go. First Grunforst company will help us. We absolutely and probably quite easily can defeat them ourselves. But, I mean, if we can just get missions completed in the first 2 weeks without taking any casualties or suffering any damage to our gear, which at the end of the day just costs some money, then that'll be wonderful. 43, 45. Just let the soldiers handle it. We still get paid even if we don't kill any of them. So we also need to be on the lookout for some cultists now. If memory serves, the cultists tend to spawn around villages that have swamps around them. But, I mean, after we've done the become friendly relations with one village, we'll do the explore every village on the map ambition. Then it'll be get our group up to 12 men. And in the act of going to all the villages, we'll doubtless find a cultist or to those bullhooks. I certainly want to have a few bullmen in my lineup this campaign. Oh. Sorry lads, keep your heads down. See soldiers, we're helping. We're absolutely helping. Oh! Ow! Easy money. Let's go get paid. We're out of tools. 196. Hell, I'll even buy both. And 350. We can still get more for that. I think we hang on to that. 330. Let's see. We got another 3 more days of supplies. That's okay. Loads of bandages. Now, when it comes time to hire another guy, I'm going to want to put him on the front line. Okay, we want to get to friendly relations, so I think we started with Mayovic. We'll see if Mayovic has any more work for us. We've already hunted down Hogarth. So if you do one more mission on top of that, I think you get to friendly relations. Somebody's getting raided. We'll stop in at Rothstadt and see how much we can get for that salt. Should be a pretty penny. This is one of the major cities. 408. Yeah, buddy. It's also worth bearing in mind that we were able to buy amber for like 250 and sell it here for something around 300, which is actually pretty damn good in terms of profit. It's really tempting to buy this flagellant. But really the flagellant will only be good for being a sergeant. We've already got our bannerman, and I want my sergeant to be an occultist. I'm going to skip on that. Really what I want now is to beef up my front lines with farmers and with wild men. Don't mind too much if they're not, you know, superstars with the melee skill, but the main thing is that they are tough and they can wear super heavy armor. Ooh, grave diggers are pretty damn good too. Do we have a fisherman right now? I mean, having at least one fisherman is not the worst because they give you supplies if you walk next to water. Hey, we've got one fisherman. There you go. Okay. Breaker, Sword Raider. Yep, I'll tell you what, I'll just swap you guys out. Because I don't want Raban to get hurt. He's a bannerman. Okay, what we got here? Job-wise, what do you need to do? Drive off brigands at ruined dwellings. This shouldn't be too bad. This should be just a bunch of thugs. Therefore, I accept. Where are we heading? South. We'll stop in at Rothberg and try to get someone else. I would like an 8th fighter. Militiaman. That messenger is maybe an option. I'm just looking at the background description for messenger. I know they get plus fatigue, but how much is the question? Plus 10 max fatigue, and the event is 2 messengers in your roster will eventually lead them to share stories and enjoy a good spirit buff. I can't afford these militiamen or the deserter. Oh, what the hell? He's nice and cheap. Ooh, I like the resolve. Okay, always axe first in the very first round of combat. That doesn't actually really help us. Patient, unless he's an archer who can maybe hit the front lines in the first round, but a star in melee skill. 2 stars and 40 resolve. Decent fatigue. Could he be a decent bannerman? You know what? I think this could be our first dagger specialist. I mean, 53 melee skill isn't the best, but he's got plus 1 star. And his resolve we won't do much with, but at least I won't have to level that up very much. I'm going to get everybody up to 50 resolve and leave it there. I'll tell you what, fine. Yep, here's our first dagger specialist. I mean, okay, dagger master then, really. I mean, I would love to have higher starting melee skills for a dagger master, but he's going to be attacking 3 times. We can and will give him fast adaptation because fast adaptation does proc from... God, what's it called again? The pierce armor skill. So, as with a try. Well, do I put him on the front lines for now? I think we put him on the front line. Jailbreaker, Archer, Daggermaster. Yep, go on, mate. He doesn't have doesn't have very good helmet, but 54. Actually, it's 60 accuracy on Valdemar, so he can use the sword. Use that. Okay, 8 frontline nerds. We've got our historian just chilling in the back lines. Now, I will certainly hire a monk if I can find one, but I might make the monk a Bannerman or a sergeant, or I might even just leave him as a level 1. Oh, please be full of zombies. Yes. We're going to go clear that out in a few days. I mean, those armored Wiedergängers are going to be wearing great armor for us. Nice. Eternal Tomb. It's actually awesome that it's near these cities, because if we leave that tomb undisturbed, we should continue to get missions saying, go and fetch the thing from there. Upper mission. Great, because it's terribly easy, and you always succeed in it. Some thugs, I think they actually came running out of there, which is fine. Don't mind that. Don't mind that one bit. Let them come. This should be fairly straightforward in terms of a bit of XP. I just got to get my lads through this without taking too much hit point damage. Nice, good hit. Didn't expect that. I thought he'd go here. Good dodging. Good blocking. Good blocking. Okay, interesting. So he is turned down. This guy's going to act, so we'll try to kill this nerd first. Let's see. Before. Nice. Get him, boys. Yes. Shield up. Protect yourself from that nerd. Shield up. Hit him in the face. Oh! Go on, Hellstein. In the face. No, missed. One more stab. Excellent. Oh! Honestly, I could actually be surrounding and daggering these guys, but bugger it. We're just about to go into a big fight. I mean, this early on, that botched Gambison isn't so bad. That's 70 body armor. And I think we probably got that. Nope. But the short sword and the reinforced wooden flail is nice. Just exploring until it gets dark, and then we'll run in there at night. On the off chance they have a poacher or two. Look at these level ups. Yes. +3 in melee skill, +3 in melee defense. As a raider, this is all super important. His fatigue is okay, but having rolled a +4 on it, I can't turn that. Actually, no. Let's get him up to 60. Because once he's up to 60, then I can take Colossus and not have to level that up anymore. Magnus. +3, that's very nice. 2s and 3s. I'm actually going to take the 3 here. Get that up to 50, then it can stay there. Everybody takes student. Skill breakers need melee skill, they need range defense, they need actually +4 on resolve without stars. Like that. Our bannerman, let's see, always resolve, always ranged. Breaker. +1, that sucks, but he's at 60 already. +1, that's awful. We'll go 2, 4. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to press Alt. Right click. Need damage to our armor. We didn't take a single point of damage in that fight, I don't think. Evening. Dusk. I mean, I expect it to be thugs, but because it's a ruined dwelling, who knows? There might be ranged fighters in there. Maybe even a raider or two. Looks like we've got 5 raiders. Good God. That's an awful lot more than I was expecting. I think it's worth running back and just capturing that bit of high ground. That also doubly helps us because this guy should probably stand here. Where's that one guy going? That's weird. Now take that shot the next turn. Why can't you... Oh man. They're fine, that'll work. Spread them out a bit. I should have equipped that reinforced flail. Look at these guys with their no helmets. %, that was nowhere near. That boar spear is going to be wonderful. I'm going to encourage him to try to go in the middle there. This is scary. These are raiders on like within the first week. Ooh! Focus down this guy first. I'm just going to keep these two where they are. I want to see what these lads are all going to do. Honestly, just maintain the shield wall. I mean, these lads are going to hit this line here on the next turn. Super important that we keep a shield wall. These guys are so dangerous. Throwing weapons, totally fine with that. Got very low chances to hit. These guys are most dangerous now when they're doing exactly this, when they're doing these melee attacks. I love that he used riposte. I mean, he's even got a cut neck vein, so he'll bleed to death on the next turn, but I think it's probably worth it to kill him this turn and see if we can't hurt their morale. We can hit him. Am I going to step in? Honestly, no. I mean, no, we'll just wait. Just maintain that shield wall. Whoopsie, didn't mean to wait with Walter. Oh, gee, god damn it. 72%. Ugh, unlucky. 62. There you go. Nice. Ouchie, unlucky. I mean, I'd love to stab this dude and get that armor, but these guys are all so dangerous. I don't think it's worth the risk. Just kill everything quick as we can. Yeah, it's time to start stepping in here and stabbing. Oh, good shooting. Yes, good. Okay, the lads are going to be too tired now to be able to maintain shield walls. But at least we've killed one. Badly injured another. And we're only now starting to take damage. Good, fleeing, excellent. Excellent. Oh, beautiful, Walter. And there's a flail. Yes, baby. Within the first week, we've got ourselves a flail. Now we can step in here. With Valdemar, we're going to kill this guy next. So Valdemar, I'm just going to rest this turn. He can shield wall next turn. You know what? I think we might net and stab this guy. I want his armor. Probably destroying this guy's helmet, which sucks. But hey, I don't want him attacking. I mean, that boar spear is pretty damn dangerous. Percents and we can't hit 55. Nice, good hit. Valdemar is just stalling for us. Catching his breath. Yes, and there's a boar spear. Man, the fact that we've gotten a flail and a boar spear out of this fight is just fantastic. We can get this guy's armor out of there as well. I mean, it's scratched. Maybe not. Just trying to surround him here. I mean, yes, he is dangerous, but I expect him to be netted and surrounded. So we should have fairly accurate dagger stabs. Stein only has a shield. How tired is he? Let's see, he is fatigued. 45, it's worth a try. He's not riposting or anything. Is there a dagger on the floor here by any chance? Oh, we got a mace as well. I'm going to try use the flail. I might be able to flail him in the head. Blocking. Here's leg muscles. Beautiful. I don't feel like I need to net him. He's already almost entirely surrounded. Oh, nice. Man. Stabby stab. Oh, nice. And the rusty mail coif. It doesn't show us the flail there because we picked it up, so it's in my archer's inventory. Honestly, that was a little bit scary. I wasn't expecting raiders, but I'm very glad that we got that fight and that it went so well. I feel like that was well done, if I do say so myself, and I do. So, melee skill plus... Also 60 plus 81 fatigue. Yeah. Actually, it's Valdemar who is our best frontline fighter now. Plus 1, ugh. 4 plus 4 plus 5. You could make an argument for making him a dagger master as well, that because he's determined, but... Eh. 6 for 29. Ah, excellent. Excellent. Alter. 4, 3, 4. I do quite like fast adaptation when shooting at the frontline guys, but it's an early game skill. It's not much of a late game skill. Bullseye is what is needed. But I mean, I'm gonna have to get steel brow on my archer anyway. So we'll come back for bullseye at a later stage. It'll be steel brow. It'll be potion. It'll be bow mastery, footwork. Then we go back for bullseye. Then Dirk. It's only because by the time you get it at level 7, he's actually got some range skill where bullseye actually does anything for you. Our range skill is so low right now. The difference that bullseye would make would be like 1 or 2 accuracy points. Worth it. So you've even got a bit of armor waiting for the next person. Did use a bunch of nets though, but I mean, that is why I like to go into buying so many nets in the early game. It buys you time, and especially when you're fighting raiders who, at this stage, I mean, those raiders are probably like level 5 or 6, maybe even higher, and my lads are all level 2 and 3, maybe even 1. Nachtseers. Should we take them on? Maybe. 5 Nachtseers. That could be good XP. Take a look at the armor real quick. Okay, let's take them on. In fact, I might even head back and go take on those zombies now. I mean, the zombies are bloody great, but if I take them on when I have more guys, my team, then you're splitting the XP between more people, so arguably we might get the most bang for buck out of the XP from those zombies now. Come on, keyboard. Oh! Doesn't that look painful? Okay, that's not ideal. But I wanted to capture this high ground. Damn it. Yeah, that's not right. Damn, I've gotten this wrong. Could be in for a bit of pain here. I might as well stab, but no, I don't want to kill that dude. Not now, at least. Where's inventory? Pressing I for inventory and it's opening. Oh, well, yeah, no shield on Valdemar. Oh, good dodging there, finally. Shooting. I mean, 0 body armor, so I think I might just shield and shield wall, but we'll see how the other 2 stabs go. Okay, he's fleeing. Excellent. I think it's fine for me to attack there. Especially if I'm going to hit those shots. Oh. Excellent. Get him, boys. I was just about to say that I'm trying to be far more defensive in the early game, but then I just got this engagement quite badly wrong. Really, it's cost us having to repair that armor fully and a bit of damage here as well, which should have been unnecessary. But it's a bit of XP, and the main thing is no one's got hurt. Come on. Little level up. Welder. +3, I'll take that. +4, I'm loving that, and I'm loving that. The fact that he's a Dagger Master means he's going to be using a shield, and I might even throw Shield Expert on him, which will help offset lack of stars in melee defense. I mean, as a dedicated dagger user, he's never going to have to not have a shield equipped. This should be our ambition fulfilled here. Which would be a good place as any to start, to stop the episode, I mean. Right, so 240, we got to buy that. We got to buy that. 280 is a bit pricey. I don't like that. Let's keep swelling the numbers of our brothers here. Vagabonds give +10 fatigue, which is okay, but it's farmers that I want. Let's see, we need that. We need that. Is that 93? It's too expensive. You need some tools, so we'll... Ooh, nice. Okay, good. So we've made friends to help us. Remind me, we've been there. Been there. Been there. I think now's the time to go, just to go take out those zombies and see if we can't get ourselves a good bit of armor out of it. Zombies means I want spears and swords. And then loads of daggers and flails and stuff. That could be quite useful, just to stun like a zombie while we stab it down. Right, okay, so first week is in the bag. We've got a decent start. I like the look of the map. We've got a lot to do still. I think I'm going to get my roster up to 10 brothers, so we'll hire one more lad. And we need to visit all the various cities. I don't like to get more than 10 brothers. Or you've gotten the get your group back up to 12. In fact, I might even take that first, and then we can visit all the various. Because I mean, we've only been to, I think, what, these ones here. We've got loads of cities still to hit. I've got a fair amount of money. Okay, good little start. Thanks for watching, everybody. Remember to leave your name suggestions in the comments. Add you as brother, but those will only start showing as of episode 3. Episode 1 and 2 are in this first session now before I have a chance to upload. So, Davkul's Chosen are back. I think it's going to be an interesting playthrough, being that we're going to change things up a little bit. And one thing I also learned from the War Pigs was that the full length of a campaign is like, 360 to 400 days long, so you can make some mistakes and recover from them. You can have some guys misleveled. Also, you need to have a certain amount of brothers with certain backgrounds in the beginning and then quite naturally replace them. I mean, once you get to the super late game and you're looking to take on the Orc Village, the Goblin Village, and the Black Monolith, you literally can't do it with the farmhands that you hired in the beginning unless you get lucky and they have 3 stars and everything, but that's not going to happen. Eventually, you need to start grinding and grinding and grinding and replace your lower level guys with cell swords and hedge knights, which we will do. And because we're doing Davkul's Chosen, we're going to have at least one occultist who hopefully will convert more guys, and then we'll get the Davkul's armor. Alright team, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a couple days with the next episode of Battle Brothers Season 16, Davkul's Chosen.